Scarface, flex, the livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
Monkey Tuesday!
Dude, bro, I'm telling you, he got nothing to lose. He got everything to gain, bro. All the pressure's on you, Haney. All the pressure's on you. Yeah, it's not on the champ. No, you coming up to challenge him. You think you better than him. Oh, I'm telling you, Haney, when you feel those stompers, bro, your ass gonna get on your bike so fast, boy. You gonna turn that 10 speed into an 18 speed. I promise you. You getting on that bike when you feel those stompers, bro. I promise you that. Because, hey, Brian Norman Jr., he ain't coming in there to play with you, bro. He gonna power box your ass, bro. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, and when your ass get caught with that left hook again, bro, he gonna take you down memory lane, bro. Hey, it's gonna be Ryan Garcia all over again. Yeah, but this time, boy, it's gonna be this man from ATL. Yeah, ATL. Brian Norman Jr. on your ass. But anyways, that's my time.
Monkey!
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Oh, it's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call. We're going to get to this smoke. Dow Big G. Ballmasters Football, Dal Anderson, Rod Neal. I'm saving Sean Xenomorph Mouth Porter for another time. Because he's another ape. Saving him. He might be next Monkey Tuesday. This Devin Haney victory lap. This is a slow cook. We're not moving on. This is a slow cook. I got smoke for all of these dudes. Black Martial Arts Society, Anwar Willis, Rashard Livingston, Windsor, Eric Jordan, Sam Mack, Noah, Jalen Hudson. My brother Mo Boxing, UK in the building. Salute, brother. Aaron Jordan. Pinball. Fallout Sniper. Jason Bourne in the building. Salute, family. Don Vaughn, what up? True Boxing Night. Salute. Come on in, smash the like button. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us or his spooning boyfriend Jerome on their futon with that weird flag over their bed. Tone Brown, salute. So let's talk about it. I rock my brother, salute. Lamar Griffin. I heard that Tim Bradley was singing a different tune. I don't watch him. I'm not subscribed to him. The only channel that I follow, Pray for Creasy, salute, that I saw him pull up on was Champside, and he hasn't been back since. I'll be over there. Hey, I support Champside too. I've been waiting for Tim to pull back up. I thought they had that relationship. Star City J, salute. Seems like he buddied up with the popular YouTube channels, but he stayed away from us. That's a smart thing. Because you know how we do. I have questions. Philip D, what up? Just enough to build his platform, and now he's on there saying how he feel. You know, for a minute, I thought he was a paid op, man, but that's his platform, bro. DP Rocker, Todd Swindle, salute. That's right, Philip D, motherfucking Pet Pack in the house. That's right. These are his thoughts. And He's a typical chimpanzee. He's a typical banana eating, watermelon drinking, big lip hanging hater. His pick was not, it had nothing to do with boxing. It had everything to do with his personal feelings. Did you hear the vigor he had in his voice? Did you hear that? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? I was listening to it like, whoa, 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 whoa. It sounded like he's mad at Devin. Rick, what up, Rick? Eric Jordan says, monkey of the day, spreading his cheeks for Mikhail to clap them joints. Yeah, exactly.
Bukaki.
Yeah, you would think he's getting clapped.
Miguel! Miguel!
Thank you. That's perfect. Tim Chanzy. He's a Tim Chanzy. It's a clown ass dude. It was, but listen, I'm gonna play it for you again. Listen to his assessment of the fight. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, what did Bill do something to him? And I'm gonna tell you something else. Did y'all know this video? He almost got into a fist fight. Thomas, what up? He almost got into a fist fight with Brian Norman Sr. Did y'all know that? I don't know what event that was, but Senior pressed him about something, and they looked like they were about to fight. They ain't friends. I don't know what that was. It seems to me that Tim is seeing all these young guns. Tom, you was there? Okay, I was at the Garden. Okay. It seems that Tim, when he sees young guns, I think this dude gets a little jealous. What did I tell you about these guys being rock stars, but they're not counting their own blessings? Records are made to be broken. Tim Bradley's a Hall of Fame fighter. I ain't got no problem with his record. I got a problem with him cooning and rolling on the floor in 2 apology matches against Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry, let me roll on the floor. He's doing somersaults on the floor. I'm like, bro, you ain't got to do all of that. What the fuck? You want to talk about PTSD? The PTSD didn't come after the Manny Pacquiao win because you beat him the first time. It came from you getting trolled, calling your wife all kinds of fat, threatening your kids. And then you go into the Ruzin Provodnikov fight and fight the dumbest fight in your life. You want to talk about PTSD? Talk about your PTSD. Because Devin ain't have it. You want Devin to behave like how you behaved. And it wasn't because of Manny Pacquiao did something to make you frightened. You win a fight and get trolled and then say, I'm sorry, and try and fight toe-to-toe with Ruzin Provodnikov. Absolute silliest fight. And you was talking slow. You was talking then for months, for like a year, like how Tank Davis talks now. This is like, yeah, no fuck with Devin Haney. This year, I'm not Baltimore. Talking like that for a whole year because you chose to fight the dumbest fight in your life. In your life. It almost cost you your life. I'm watching and screaming at the TV. Tim, what are you doing? I'm in my goddamn house. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You lucky you won that fight. Gave that man all kinds of opportunity. Because you had PTSD over trolls. You should have started your YouTube back then to troll the trolls. Smoking a cigar. Yeah, I bodied Manny Pacquiao with broken feet. And I'm going to do it again. And show the letters that you was getting. Show the threats you was getting. And saying this is his fans. He can't tell his fans to stop. Put it on Manny. Instead you wanted to put on your knee pads and blow the dude. How dare you have this position against Devin Haney? And I got more smoke for everybody tomorrow. Fighters that are putting in work. But meanwhile, y'all paying attention to the niggas that aren't doing anything. Did y'all hear Mag 7 and Champ Side yesterday? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad, bro. I didn't even take that serious. I was at the gym laughing my ass off like, wow, this is so typical. All he did was prove our point. Those are Tank fans, ladies and gentlemen. That nigga really said, if the kids ain't, listen carefully, y'all. He said, if the kids ain't talking about it, it's not popular. That's what he said. If the kids ain't talking about it, how about this? I'm an adult. I don't care what the kids are talking about. They don't know boxing. And all of that opinion that he has, you know what he says aside from that? I'm a casual. Right. So your opinion ain't worth much because you're a fan of a fighter to the point where it's suspect as hell. Yes, sir. Where's the line? Main biker in that super chat salute. He says Tim PTSD made him replace his manager with his wife. Hey, bro, I forgot about that. Monster Musa, my brother. Harold, what up? Stillwater Boxing, salute. I forgot about that. All right, I hope she did a good job. Yeah, I rock this dude. I couldn't. It got to the point where I said, you know what? I can't even get mad at that dude anymore. Before, I just thought, you know, but then when he says I'm a casual, I'm like, whoa. Conversation's over. When he joins the panel, to me, it's just comic relief. I'm like, oh boy, here this nigga go. Here he go. More on that tomorrow. Tank fans, y'all have nothing to say. Y'all don't have anything to say about Devin ever in life. If you dream about him, you better wake up and apologize. Y'all don't have shit to say. Your opinions don't even make sense. Y'all going bananas. MJ, what up? PGH, salute. Mr. Monk. Yeah, you heard that yesterday. That was like ridiculous. And I said, oh my God. Oh, main biker, he said his manager used to be Cameron Duncan. It sure was. Replaced it with his wife. Ain't that something? Salute, George. George just text me. Give me 1 second. Yep. Oh my God. George, yes, bro. Yes. Oh my God. You replaced Cameron Duncan for your wife. All I'm saying is, salute, go subscribe to my brother One Round with George. His production is phenomenal. He what, he thought he was saving money paying his wife? I mean, goddamn, bro. You know, bad enough you over there on Top Rank, right? And he's not even moving like how the Hannies was moving. You see, that's why I keep telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of this is jealousy. You remember when they tried to attack Devin in comparison to Tank, they were comparing pockets. But the truth was Devin had deeper pockets than Tank. That was the truth. You know how I always say, just because you're celebrated don't mean you're actually good. Look, that Mellow Yellow was just celebrated for things that have nothing to do with boxing. Did you hear this maggot yesterday say, oh, it takes the title, you know, it's not like I'm anticipating a knockout. You know, I mean, the Devin and they're boring. Huh? So further proof that whether Devin fights like how he fought Ramirez or fights like how he fought Brian Norman, you can do no right. Stormy, salute. K Savoy, salute. Devin could do no right. So if you're a Tank fan, I don't expect you to say anything substantial in reference to the support of Devin Haney. You know what I could say as a supporter of the sport? At one point, I supported Tank. I sure did. Yes, I did. Just like I supported this biscuit-eating nigga right here. I sure did. Y'all can't say the same. Y'all can't. All of you monkeys, you knuckle-dragging monkeys and super coons, all of you, y'all never supported Devin. Y'all never. Acondo, my brother, salute. MXC, what up? Jay from round the way, 704 Joe, salute. Joe, what up, Joe? Village brother, salute. George says, out of the new supposed 4 kings, Haney, Tank, Shakur, and Tio, Haney has best resume. Just a fact. And the fact that out of those 4, they have not produced one fight amongst themselves is a problem. And here's the thing. I'm glad you said that, George. Haney tried to fight all of those dudes. Tank fans, pull up. Tell me where the lie is. Right there with what I just said. Haney tried to fight all of them. The fights didn't happen because of them. Where's the lie? Teofimo turned down $11 million recently. Y'all didn't say anything. Shakur said, I know my worth. Wait a minute. One shot at 4 belts at Undisputed in one fight, first time on pay-per-view. It's going to be your highest payday. And Devin's draining himself to 35. Remember? He's going to be drained. You said that out loud, bro. You had 4 things in your favor. I didn't want that fight because I said, man, Devin's going to be drained. He'll be chasing this nigga around the ring, and Shakur could box. That's a hard fight. I said that. But fuck it. Devin wants to do it. Let him do it. I said that. And Shakur didn't do it. So you got Tio, you got Shakur, and the infamous knuckle dragger. The big ape himself, the little monkey. He said, fuck that. I ain't gonna fight no Devin Haney. I'm on his side. I don't lose that Baltimore. So that didn't happen. Because nobody makes Tanks any offers. Tank make the offers. Remember that? So none of those fights happened at 35. They didn't happen at 40. 47. Fuck that. But he gonna lose to Brian Norman. Yeah. You were saying? The only king from 35 to 47 is Devin the Dream Haney. Prove me wrong. There's a list. Tio was on the list. Shakur was on the list. Tank was on the list. Boots was on the list. Then we got the Brian Norman. That's why I'm not going to let y'all talk shit about Brian Norman. You know why? Because he's the only person on that list that said, yo, cowboy up, dog. I got this. So I salute Brian Norman Jr. I ain't going to let y'all talk him down. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Because Friday, he was a killer. And he did the best he can. He had the balls to do what he did. Everybody on that list did not. He went to Boots and said, Boots, come up to 52. He said, man, I just got to 47. What are we talking about? Boots ducked him. Hello? Stop me when I'm lying. I ain't got a lot of y'all. We watching this in real time. I'm holding y'all. I'm keeping y'all honest. Edgar, what up? Snacks B, what up? I'm keeping y'all honest. The real OG, Mr. Martin, that super chat, much love. He says, that dude went as far as saying Tank was the only great fighter in boxing and Crawford wasn't great. Fans like him are ruining the sport. He's a casual, Mr. Martin. He says it. As soon as he puts that stamp on himself, we can't take anything he says seriously. As soon as he said that, he just discredited everything. You feel me? So when he comes up on panels, I'm gonna drop the link later. If he pulls up, it's comic relief, bro. I don't take that kid serious. Everything he said yesterday, see, Champside's a master at that. Let me park here on my brother Champside for a minute. He's a master. The way you do interviews is to simply let the person you're interviewing talk. You ask the question and let them talk. Because some of these guys, if they're in defense mode about anything, you know what they start doing? You know what they start doing? You know what they start doing? They start over-explaining, or what we call nigger-splaining. They start nigger-splaining. That's why when you're in court, your lawyer tells you, just answer the question. Don't over-explain anything. You could fuck it up. You could fuck it up. You could fuck it up. Just answer the question. Were you here at Friday night? Yes. Don't go into, yeah, I was here because I was going to see this girl, right? But the girl wasn't there, so I went to cross the street to get some chips and came back. No! Just answer the question, bruh. G-Eazy says, Boots already made the decision to move to 54. Don't do that. No. Boots was on the list. That's it. Boots said come to 52. Devin said, I'm already at 47. What we doing here? Do you want the fight or not? That's it. He was on the list. Now watch this. I'm going to run this. And I ain't coming at you, G-Eazy. I'm just saying. I'm going to run the same logic that everyone else uses with Devin. What's 2 pounds? What's a pound and a half? Remember that? Oh, Ryan was overweight, but what was a pound and a half? What? If y'all don't know by now that this weight shit is a science, weight is why Manny Pacquiao beat Miguel Cotto. Business is why Manny Pacquiao beat Miguel Cotto. I'm going to remind y'all, Miguel Cotto was the B-side, and he was the WBO champion at welterweight. He was made to come in on fight night at 145 pounds for his welterweight title because Manny Pacquiao was the more popular fighter. George, am I lying? That happened. I'm not lying about that. Miguel Cotto lost as soon as he signed that contract. He was weight drained. That's why he lost. Did you see Boots fight on fight week against Danny Otis? Dude look anorexic. Exactly. So move up. Move up. But again, what's 2 pounds? He was anorexic versus Danny Otis, but I was at 47. But what's 2 pounds? What's 4 pounds? What's 5 pounds? How about this? No rehydration clause, right? Because everyone thinks Devin Haney's a heavyweight, right? You see how that works? And I ain't coming at you, Jeezy. I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying. You see how that works? It's no fun when it's on a fighter that you support. And I fucks with Boots. But you see how that works? When you put it on another fighter, all of a sudden, it ain't too cool no more. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Mook, what up, Mook? He says, so how did Boots duck Devin by rejecting the fight at 47? Easy. He said no. Easy. He said no. And I'm going to tell you what, Jeezy, I'm going to tell you what. Moving forward, I don't want to hear Boots argue about weight ever again. He just disarmed himself. See how that works? Now you see this right here? You see this conversation me and my brother's having right here? For Devin's entire career when he's gotten popular, everyone's been talking about how he's so big, but that boy never missed weight. He just got to 47. Boots is on the list. Boots says come up to 52. He said, I just got to 47. I'm about to fight a guy that you ducked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm about to fight the guy that you didn't fight for his WBO strap. I just got here. I'm gonna tell you something else too. Devin didn't remove Boots off that list, so that fight is still probably a reality. So instantaneously, this is what I'm saying. Devin's shitting on these niggas. He's shitting on Tank. He's shitting on Shakur. He's shitting on Tio. Now he inadvertently shit on Boots. Boots said, I'm at 54. I'm not doing it. Come meet me at 52. He said, all right, well, I just got the 47. I just got the 47. Why didn't Boots just say, let me ask you, Jeezy, why didn't Boots just say, no, I'm at 54, bro? Why did he try to catch rate him at 52? Devin said, fuck that. I'm going to go give me this Brian Norman work. I'm going to take this belt. But I'll see you soon. Why didn't Boots just say no? You want to know why, Jeezy? I'm going to get deep on you now, brother. You don't want to know why? Because he's fucking around with Eddie Hearn, bro. Now, let me defend Boots, Jeezy. Let me defend Boots. I don't like the fact that Boots is over there fucking with that man over there. I don't like that. That guy's a snake. And I stand on it. If they can't bait Devin Haney into a Conor Benn fight, they're gonna line Boots up for Conor Benn. I stand on that. When Eddie Hearn, I said that he was gonna do that. When Eddie Hearn said it out loud, no, we're not. You won't see Conor Benn versus Boots Ennis. I said, yeah, we're gonna see Conor Benn versus Boots Ennis. And we're going to get it at fucking Wembley. And somehow, Conor's going to knock Boots' head off. You think I want that? Boots shouldn't be over there fucking with Eddie Hearn in the first goddamn place. What all you young black fighters should have been doing, if you want to learn how to run your own shit, y'all should have been talking to Bill Haney. Because Devin he's made such power moves. Look at his resume now and look at what he's made. You want to know what he made over the weekend? I'll tell you. Bang. Look at that. Look at that. Devin's the co-main event. Oh, y'all mad? Ryan Garcia's fighting for a belt. Devin's the co-main event. Look at that. He could have been an opening fight. Highest paid fighter on that card. Uh-oh.
Whoa! What the that's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Crambo.
Don't! Care if he was the opening card. Highest paid fighter on that card. But I know. Devin's robbing Turkey. Because now you're accusing Turkey of being an idiot. That fight happened. The internet was buzzing while David Benavidez was beating on Anthony Yard. And salute to Anthony Yard. He did the best he could. Shout out to my brother. I got to hit up Tunde. David Benavidez is he's every bit the monster as advertised. Now you see, and he's going up to cruiserweight. Tomorrow's live? Oh my God. Fighters who are doing the work and fighters who are not. That's tomorrow. We support people working over here. We support the work. I don't know what y'all supporting. And Jeezy, I'm concerned for Boots. I'm not knocking him. I'm concerned. I don't like him over there with Eddie Hearn, man. And I'm standing on it. I think he's getting lined up for Conor fucking Benn, the drug cheat. Forget Devin Haney. Conor Benn hasn't done shit to deserve a Devin Haney match. But you know what? He could position himself for certain other things, like Boots. Man, better be careful. Y'all clowns should have been talking to Bill Haney. Bill, how I run my own business, Bill? Y'all should have been DHP fighters, but y'all want to run over here to Top Rank in Queensberry in Matchroom. Y'all can't even run to the PBC anymore. That's over. And y'all not savvy enough to run your own shit. So what we doing? And speaking of what we doing, what is this nigga doing? Rougarou. What's good, bro? The private school kid looking sharp so far told y'all he better than y'all think. Man, if you don't go sit your ass down and eat a pot of gumbo somewhere. These backhanded comments, man. What is this? Exactly, Trill. Well, that's just he's still getting another bag. That 12 million is probably doubled that. Where's my pocket watches? I don't pocket watch. Y'all want to come up here and tell me different? Y'all can. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. I want to hear how bad y'all gonna hate on Devin. Still find the problem. Tell me how much faith you got in your fighter that's in or around his division that hasn't done anything that Devin has done, but had the opportunity to do so. I'll drop the link. I want to hear it. But Rougarou, come on, bro. What are you doing? The private school, look at this. The private school kid, bro, he kicked your ass. And let's be honest, he wasn't the same after that. Where's the lie? He wasn't the same after that. True or false, last time we saw Rougarou in the ring, he didn't look good, did he? He didn't look good. I said, man, it might be time for him to hang it up. Reflex wasn't there. Anyone say he had PTSD? Oh, I get it. Devin Haney opponents, former opponents, or potential opponents, they just have off nights. JC Storyteller. Go subscribe to my brother, JC Storyteller. You know, I'm over the moon about his storytelling. I'm in the stories. I'm fighting vampires and shit. That's what's up. Go subscribe to JC Storyteller. That's the fam right there. MXC, DP Rocker, Brother Reef. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. Dill Spoolie, salute. Mark Hastings. Come on, Rougarou. I would say don't do that, but you already did it. It's okay. But back to this knuckle dragger, Monkey Kung Fu Tim Bradley. You's a sucker, bro. Real shit, bro. And I'm disappointed because I supported this guy, man. I really did. Hassan, what up? I really did. And it's some sucker shit, man. All that shit you said about Devin, that was malice, man. Listen to it again. Listen to it. Doesn't it sound like Devin did something to him? Listen to this.
Dude, bro, I'm telling you, he got nothing to lose. He got everything to gain, bro. All the pressure's on you, Haney. All the pressure's on you. Yeah, it's not on the champ. No, you coming up to challenge him. You think you better than him. Oh, I'm telling you, Haney, when you feel those stompers, bro, your ass gonna get on your bike so fast, boy. You gonna turn that 10 speed into an 18 speed. I promise you. You getting on that bike when you feel those stompers, bro. I promise you that. Because, Brian Norman Jr., he ain't coming in there to play with you, bro. He gonna power box your ass, bro. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, and when your ass get caught with that left hook again, bro, he gonna take you down memory lane, bro. It's gonna be Ryan Garcia all over again. Yeah, but this time, boy, it's gonna be this man from ATL. Yeah, ATL. Brian Norman Jr. on your ass. But anyways, that's my time.
Monkey!
Now I heard that he did something on his live. It was some apologetic, some sarcastic apology. I don't watch him, but a whole lot of motherfuckers should be apologizing to DHP. And it's like the more this kid does well, the more animosity y'all have. And I'm like, I don't see what the fuck y'all mad at. Listen, if I say a fighter's gonna lose and they win and like they're not doing nothing like no racist shit, nothing personal, I'm like, hey man, he proved me wrong. Like I picked Errol to beat up Bud. And I was at that fight. I said, yo, man, that was impressive, bro. And the whole time leading up to the fight, I never said Bud was a bum. I just didn't think he could beat Errol. And I found out in round one. I was like, sheesh. I always said Bud was a bad mofo. I just didn't pick him to beat Errol. Bud said, watch this, Drew. It felt like he was talking to me. And I said, you know what? I respect it, bro. I respect it. And right now, pound for pound, Bud is the best boxer in the world. Don't give me Usyk, because when Usyk was asked, he said Bud. Shut up. And by the way, when that video started, did he not have a crumb on his lip? So he was legitimately eating biscuits before he did his goddamn video. Legitimately eating biscuits. All you goddamn haters.
Then let him taste the fury of my Negasword!
I don't respect this. But I could be wrong about Tim. I could be wrong about Devin. You know what I mean? I got niggas calling me cute. I mean, that's a whole other mind fuck. I mean, that's the gayest shit. Well, there's the link. You could come up here and tell me when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll listen. I'm listening. If you're unfamiliar, turn your camera on. So I know you're a real person, because last time Miguel got backstage and was flashing his penis. I swear to God, I have it on video. I done sent it to the appropriate people. And that's handling itself. I could be wrong. Tell me why you agree with Tim Bradley. Tell me why you stand with Timmy right here, Timmy and the Chimps. You can tell me. Big F says, Bernie really disappointed me with his take on Devin, especially since Bud been getting getting the same type of hate. I don't know what Bernie said. And at this point, if it was anything disrespectful, I don't care to hear it. It's real easy for people to fall into this place of hate. And that's what happened with Devin. All of this hate, the casuals jump on these big channels and these big platforms, these like media on TV. They believe everything they hear. And they think they're arming themselves with real knowledge. And then they come into our platforms and start regurgitating all kinds of bullshit, like that British kid did last week. He started talking about phone calls that not even Brian Norman Sr. was on. He started talking about phone calls, and this dumb nigga didn't even know the phone call that Brian was talking about. I was on the call. He didn't even know that. He didn't even know that. So stop talking about shit that you have no idea. You don't know where you're getting your information from. You wasn't blowing those spots. You wasn't blowing those spots. Brothers UK, my brother, salute. Sebastian. Ja, what up? Tay, good morning. That's what I'm saying. My channel ain't the biggest, but I'm around. All these fighters that y'all justify too, I'm gonna tell you something else. The only person that pulls up on their supporters maybe was Teofimo. Freedom's March, salute. He ain't gonna pull up on no persons that want to challenge him on something. But Teofimo has a relationship with Punch Drunk. Pulled up with him all the time. But he don't go nowhere else. And let me park here for a minute. Fernando Vargas Jr. Yo, fuck you, man. Dead serious. Fuck you. I got respect for your dad, but you even got to be careful there, bro. Because your dad popped dirty when he fought Oscar. But I don't talk about that much, but that happened. But I fucked with Fernando Vargas when he was an active fighter. But you, bro, I was on Instagram and they were showing the knockout. I mean, not the knockout. They showing the knockdown in round 2. And the dog that Brian Norman is, the dog, because I believe Brian Norman Jr. is a dog. I'm not dragging him. I'm not doing that. He got up. All right? So you go to the comments section. Ring Magazine posted the knockdown. And I look in the comments section and there's Fernando Vargas Jr. And he's still talking crazy. Let me explain something to you. First of all, you look like shit in your last fight. Let's keep it a beam. You look like shit in your last fight. All right? The only thing popular about you is your goddamn name. And you're friends with Teofimo Lopez, the racist that he is. You need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. Do something in the sport to make us talk about you. Hey, man, you saw that Vargas kid? You saw Vargas Jr.? Man, that's some shit right there. He did some shit, man. Yo, he's on the way to do some shit right there. Look at the rankings, and he could be en route to get this belt. Give me something to talk about. Give me something productive to talk about. Fuck out of here. Absolutely, Thomas Melio did better than him. You're not outstanding. To have that man to have Fernando Vargas as your dad, you need to be putting in work. You don't reserve the right to come on here and talk crazy about anybody. Says Devin Haney's pockets. Says the resume. Again, that boy was supposed to die Saturday, right? Right, Tim? He was supposed to die. And what happened? It was a masterclass performance. He was going to run, right, Tim? Nope. Dropped him in the second round. Put pressure on him. Put him on the back foot in spots. A majority of those clinches, I would say 75 to 80% of those clinches were initiated by Brian Norman. And then when he was in the clinch, he wasn't muscling Devin. Devin was muscling him. I told y'all. Devin don't have to dehydrate to these smaller weights anymore. I told y'all that. Don't listen to me. That's okay. That's okay. You ain't got to make your own assessment. But when you're assessing a situation, what are you looking for? And that's why I say a lot of y'all don't know boxing. That's why I say when a guy like Mag 7 goes on the panel, just get your popcorn out because it's comedy. He told y'all he's a casual. You don't listen to guys like that. He's a fanatic. And his support for Tank is on the weirdo side. Weird is code for homosexual. Just listen to what he was saying yesterday. He has an adolescent approach to boxing. An adolescent approach. It's an adolescent approach. Monta Musa, salute, brother.
What's up, big bro?
My family. What's good?
Shoot, man, everything, man. Just cooler, man. Just still appreciating these racks. You know what I'm saying? Devin got me last Saturday, early Sunday morning, 13,000 to be exact.
13K, y'all. You see that?
13 stacks on Devin. Only person I lost on was Benavidez, you know.
Benavidez, right? Okay.
And I had betted Blue and two more people, you know what I'm saying? But it was a little low number. But yeah, man, people was like, man, you ain't nobody been on Benavidez. Yard, I did. You know what I'm saying? I like Yard. I've been like the Yard, you know. Yeah, he get tired this, that, and the third, but that punch his chance early. But you know what I'm saying? Benavidez is who he is. You know, he a monster. You know, but then I did call on Brother Bill TV show that David Benavidez is gonna move up very soon, if not after this fight. And now what we hearing?
He's going to cruise
for the division.
Let me tell you, that man's doing work, man. And let me park here on Benavidez for a minute. I'm looking at, all right, 68 is a wash. Ain't no one beating him there, clearly, even Canelo. 75, I wanted to see some more things, but if he don't want to stay there, that's cool. If he goes to cruiserweight, I'm just thinking that he's one of those, he has a dad body, you know what I mean? Because he still had like love handles, but that's just his physique because his gas tank is just there.
Yeah, man.
So the body doesn't match. He's one of those guys where the physique doesn't match the gas tank, like Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah.
Like he throw a million punches, and I'm looking at his physique. I'm like, he should be more cut, more vascular. He's just one of those guys that's talented like that. And a lot of that is because he's been boxing all his life. So now I think he, if he goes to cruiserweight, I don't know, maybe Soto Ramirez, maybe he'll show him something. Maybe he'll have something, a remedy to slow Benavidez down. The only thing I can think of with Benavidez at this point, and I think this is dangerous, maybe jump on him fast. Jump on him and put him on the back foot. Because he's coming forward like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, man. Because right now, I mean, you can outbox him for a little while, but then when he gets you,
I'm telling you, boy.
Yeah, when he gets you, it's like you got to get him off you, and I haven't seen anyone do it yet.
That's a fact.
So the only thing I could think of is maybe jump on him And I think Zerto, he might be able to do that, but then he's going to be getting punched on in the process. So I don't know. I don't even want to say that's a 50-50 fight. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I want to take this moment to salute David Benavidez. He's making history. And this is what you got to do, guys. I appreciate fighters, and I'm going to talk more about this more tomorrow. I appreciate fighters that don't wait on their quote-unquote contemporaries. David Benavidez wanted that Canelo work. Canelo didn't want the work. I'm not going to let y'all forget that. So he said, F you, I'm moving on. And he moved on and moved up. He fought people at 68 that Canelo didn't fight. They moved up to 75. He fought his contemporary at 75 immediately. And now he's moving on to cruiserweight. Man, ain't no stopping this dude, man. Right now, he's every bit the monster that he's being called. Ray Robinson in that super chat salute, he says, stay on the job, Drew. DHP all day. Exactly, good brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I like the Zerto Benavidez fight, man. And just gonna see what happens, man. But go ahead, Monster Musa. Go ahead, brother.
I know, like we was talking about that dad body, right?
Yeah.
If you ever watch UFC, it's a guy called Cain Velasquez. He's the Mexican. He was heavyweight. Dude never had no ass, but he had the dad body. Man, that dude was beast. Man, listen.
He had a gas tank, man. He didn't get tired.
I'm telling you, and that's what I'm seeing with David Benavidez. Like I'm saying, the body don't matter, but it's the stamina and the skill. So, it ain't that I don't like David Benavidez. I just like the yard. I gave him a puncher's chance. That's the reason why, I went with when y'all just for the upset. I just wanted to throw a little monkey wrench in it. But I know David is who David is, so I wasn't surprised at all. So salute to David and and everything like that. But I just wanted to throw a little monkey wrench in it, just to spice things up. Sometimes it's just me.
Yeah.
And but yeah, Devin got endless opportunities. He proved everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? That doubted him, that say he had PTSD and all this, that he was a runner. It's like, I mean, what can't he not do? He didn't. And then I was telling some people too, the fight where he fought Ramirez, right?
Yep.
He moved around in that fight. He stood right there and fought Regis. He came forward he threw his defense away when he fought Ryan. But still, I mean, like I said, that was a split decision fight without one more knockdown. Devin went easy. But you mean to tell me Devin won every round except for the rounds he didn't get knocked down in, and a couple rounds he got knocked down, and he still came forward and arguably came back in those rounds, but not won them, but put forth the effort. Yep. But once again, what I'm saying is the dude lost by split decision. People act like he got knocked out or he just got demolished. Right. But that's just the haters, man. That's just the haters. And but the endless opportunities that David have in front of him right now, man, are just it's amazing, man. I really don't see nobody touching him. I would say from here to 60, long as he takes his time, move right, and jump on the opportunity. Because what he showed me Saturday, honestly, my opinion, it ain't that he fought safe. He gave that dude some grace, man. I think he felt kind of sorry for him.
You know what?
That's my opinion.
I see exactly why you say that, man. And this is one of the reasons why I'm saying I'm not gonna let the public, because I know y'all are such fair-weathered, casual assholes. You know what I'm saying? It's DHP this way, but I never hated the Normans, ever. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna let you bastards who don't know shit about boxing just leave Brian Jr. out there to dry. I'm not gonna let y'all do that shit. Mm-hmm. I'm not. Brian Norman's not done. He's in a weird position right now, but he's not done. I'm not gonna let y'all, because two things. They're gonna try and degrade Brian Norman by degrading him. You're gonna degrade Devin. Oh, he was just, he just had one knockout. I'm not gonna let you do that because he was a dangerous puncher on Friday, and he still is. He's still dangerous. He's a former champion. Already clowned some dude on Instagram. Oh, Devin Haney, he cherry picked. How do you go up and wait and cherry pick a champion?
Crazy.
He won the goddamn fight and defended the belt like 2 or 3 times. Mm-hmm. That's not a cherry pick. What are you talking about? Fuck out of here. Stop doing that shit. These dudes be doing the most. But real quick to Benavidez, Tone Brown said something. He said he wanted Zurdo versus Jao Patai. That was coming, but I'm going to tell you something. If Benavidez goes up and fights Zurdo and beats him, I'm telling you right now, that Jao Patai fight is there. And if that fight gets signed sometime in 2026, oh my God. I'm not watching that fight sitting down. I'm watching that fight standing up the entire time because I'm going to, that's a nail biter right there. Jao Patai is no fucking joke. And that right there, if I'm going to say, if I'm to say somebody has the remedy for Benavidez, the only person that I would say has that would be Jao Patai. And we still don't know because I think Benavidez is going to be fine at cruiserweight. We're going to see. We're going to see. I'm not counting Zurdo out at all. But God damn it, if he beats Zurdo convincingly, like how he's been beating everybody else,
Yeah.
and he fights Jao Patai, oh my, bro, holy shit. That right there has a potential to be fight of the year. That fight right there. That's boxing. That right there. And that's what I love from the sport. Coach Eddie in the building. Salute to you, good brother.
Hey, salute, my brother. Man, let me tell you something. First of all, salute to everybody on the channel. Salute you, my brother.
Yes,
salute to Devin Haney. He did his job. Like I said before, I'm a fan of both gentlemen.
Yes,
but
sir.
I am a resident. I'm a resident of Georgia and Atlanta. I know the Norman.
Absolutely.
So I rock with my boy. You know what I'm saying? I was disappointed when he lost. I'm not even gonna front.
I feel you on that. That's fair. That's fair.
I was disappointed, but I want to tell everybody know. To me, this fight was like he was a day late and a dollar short. He was in my opinion, he was in the fight, but he wasn't in the fight because he was in striking distance. He just couldn't get the job done. And I want to say this: the reason why people that fight don't think that fight was easy. That was not an easy fight. If Devin would have, a lot of them shots that Norman was throwing, they were missing by inches. If he would have slipped, if he would have been off his cue, slipped one way or moved, it don't take. This is a game of inches, man. And you know that, Drew. It's a game of inches, a game of centimeters.
Coach, let me point something out that
yes,
everyone misses, and I know you caught it. When Brian got up, right, he was still a little wobbled, but he was very patient. And when Devin was trying to get him out of there was 2 times where Brian caught Devin's right and tried to shoot off of it. It was the catch and shoot. He did it twice. And I saw that. I said, damn, Dev got to be mindful. Don't get too excited. Because if Brian does the catch and shoot and he catches Devin, Devin's momentum is going to take him to his left. And we're going to be back to square one. You feel me? Let me read this super chat real quick before I give it right back to you, brother. 4-hour sniper in that super chat. Salute. He says, salute, Drew. The guy y'all met, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, has a dad bod, but he has got a gas tank for days. Shout out to Dev for winning for me 2K DHP. Wow. Motherfuckers put money on it. But yeah, shout out to Fluffy Hernandez, man. We met him in Vegas. We didn't even know we was talking to him, but we was out there. Me, 78, Ratchet since 91, and Steve Elder Mack. We were just standing there. We just made some friends with some people in the parking lot. And I'm looking at him like, I know this dude. And I said, oh shit, Fluffy. And he was mad friendly, man. Shout out to Fluffy Hernandez. Follow him on social media. He's a UFC fighter. And he just choked somebody out that night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Coach, did you see what I was talking about when he
absolutely. And that's what I was saying. He was, to me, he was in the fight, but he was like a day late and a dollar short. He was just a step behind. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 'cause a lot of them shots that he was shooting that day, they had some heat on them. And Dad was just able to make him miss. See, if really people want to be honest about the fight, you go back and look at the CompuBox. I'm gonna pull those numbers out real quick. Devin threw 271, landed 70. Brown Norman threw 399 and landed 59. So it's 11 punches landed in between those fights. This fight, Brian Norman competed.
He competed. I'm not saying that he won the fight, but he competed. He showed up. He tried to win the fight. To me, this was like an Andre Ward type of performance where he was able to disarm him with tactics, landed the good shots when he needed to. He controlled the pace. He put on a very, very good performance, and that's how you disarm a dangerous guy, a guy who can turn your lights out at any time. Because make no mistake that Brian Norman was dangerous from round 1 to round 12.
Yes, he was.
And that's why I hate when people don't know boxing because they want to discredit. Brian Norman Jr. is a good fighter, but Devin is a better fighter. That's all it was. Because anybody else, you put Mario Barrios in with that night, he's going to sleep.
Yeah,
you put Rolly in there, he's going to sleep. Yeah. Anybody else in 147, Ryan Garcia, he's going to sleep. Don't get it twisted thinking that they can do what Devin did. Devin is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So I don't want anybody to discredit Brian saying, he's a bomb and he can't fight. Man, he lost to an all-time great.
Yes, he did. And that's something because you know what?
He lost an all-time great. And I think I'm one more thing. I think what it is, Coach. I think what it is that people want to heap coals on his head because his father. So they're going to magnify it. They're going to blow it up. They're going to put a little bit of something extra on it because the hate and disdain for Brian Norman Sr. But I looked at the fight and I said, hey, this is he's in it. He's just a day late and $1 short.
And you see, Coach, that's what I was concerned about the whole time. That's why I really wish Brian Sr. did less of this internet thing, because we were saying what Bill is getting, Brian Sr. is about to get. And being that they came up short that night, now he's getting hit with an avalanche of shit with a bunch of I told yous. And even the people that are telling you I told you, they don't like Bill anyway. And that's what we were saying. They don't like no black father supporting their sons. They don't like that because they can't identify with that. They identify with the losers like Tank Davis, fatherless scumbag losers. They identify with that negative nonsense bullshit. And that's why I wish Brian just got off the internet and just focused on the camp. I don't know whether that would have made a difference or not, but he got very emotionally involved on that side of things. He got too involved, in my opinion. He got too involved in that. And what we were saying on this side was, this is fake love, bro. This is Devin hate. This is Devin hate, and all they're gonna do is they're gonna direct it. They're gonna redirect it to you if you win, and if you lose, they're still gonna redirect it to you. You ain't got no goddamn friends out here. Do right by your son. Focused on what y'all doing in the gym, getting better. Another thing I want to point out is that Bill Haney's a hell of a trainer, but he also understands what he can and cannot do. And what he cannot do, he gets people in the camp that can do it. I think Brian Sr. needs to do that same thing. Understand what your limitations are and get your son some additional help in the camp and help him progress. Because I've heard nothing but great things about him in the gym. When he buckled Bud in sparring, I knew about that. Oh yeah, the day it happened, I got a phone call. And I said, man, this kid Brian Norman is something else, huh? I said, man, that's crazy. And like I said, I told y'all, I heard about Brian Norman for about 5 years now behind the scenes before y'all knew about him. And Coach Eddie obviously knew about him. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, I need the Normans to know that the same thing that Bill and Dev are going through, you ain't got to be as out loud as Bill, but you're going to get the same level of hatred. A la Floyd Mayweather got the same level of hatred as Andre Ward, and vice versa. They got equal amount of hatred. And they were two different people and two different fighters in the ring. Andre Ward would try and hurt you and get you out of there. Money May would dance on you and outpoint you to a decision. But Andre Ward would try and get you out of there. Andre Ward was a polar opposite and a shade lighter, but they still hated him. And that's what I wanted Senior to understand. You could go in there and beat Devin. They're still going to hate you, bro. So you got to chill. Just chill.
Hey, Drew, let me say something real fast, big bro.
Go ahead.
I know TD gonna jump up to him, so I'll make it real fast. When I first heard about Brian Norman was when I stayed up like 2 fights ago to watch him fight Jinsaki. But I watched the fight before then to see who he was. I stayed up to watch him fight. And I was jumping and I was glad that this man won. My thing is I don't dislike the Normans. I just like Devin Haney more. I like what he stands for in boxing. I like his style, and I've been following him more. And if you go back on the panels, I said Brian Norman is like a Sean Porter to me with more power. He got knockout power. And I was like, Devin got to be extra cautious with this guy and take him serious because not only do this guy has a punch of chance, he can move around. But the thing about what his daddy is, yeah, his daddy put him in a lot of heat. But the same thing with Bill. If Devin would have lost, Bill would have ate the loss and took it how he needed to. So I'm not finna babysit Brian Norman them either. They got to take that shit on the chin. Yes, Brian Norman can still come back if he this good fighter that I think he is. And what I've seen, he's a pretty good fighter. But Devin is not a good fighter because if you saying that Barrios and all them wouldn't last against Brian Norman, that means Devin is a great fighter. So we got to get these things in perspective because words mean something. But other than that, I like Brian Norman, but I see Sensei done popped on and TD next, so I'm going to fall back.
No doubt. Thomas, what's up? And by the way, I want Brian Norman to get the winner of Barrios and Ryan Garcia. Because fuck Ryan Garcia. He don't need to be fighting he don't be fighting no Devin Haney. He DQ'd himself. And I know Devin wants that smoke back. But fuck Ryan Garcia. Tell him to go run it back with Rolly Romero. Get it back in blood. Faggot. Anyway, Thomas, go ahead.
What's up? What's up? I wasn't even going to talk about that, but since you just brought it up,
talking to the mic, bro. You're kind of low.
Oh, I think my mic is messed up. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
All right. No, I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but since you brought it up, you know, I was one of the first ones like a while ago. I was not happy with Devin doing what he did with the handshake and the hug and, you know, with Ryan Garcia saying that he went through. I was totally against it. But I'm actually now leaning in favor of it only because of Silly Man giving this guy an opportunity to fight for the title. So if he was to beat Barrios, which I don't know if he's going to beat Barrios, if he was to beat Barrios, I'm now going to say that I'm okay with it now. It happened. But other than that, I do agree with you. I don't think this guy he doesn't deserve a title shot. He doesn't deserve any paydays. I think if he does fight Devin again, I think he cheats again. I think he'll do it again just to see whatever happens and try to kill this man like before, because I think Ryan is okay with what happened in the ring and he doesn't care, you know, about him popping dirty and the drugs and all of that. I just think the guy's a scumbag. He's a cheating scumbag, and, you know, he is what it is. But I kind of changed my tune, so I'm now in agreement of him fighting if he was to beat Barrios for the unification. But anyway, the reason why I came on was to talk more about the pound for pound, because they released the pound for pound, I believe, yesterday or the day before. And before this fight, I said if Devin won, I think Devin should be pound for pound top 5. Why did they squeak this guy in just at number 10? Can you hear me?
Say again?
I said, why did they just squeak him in at number 10 and not in the top 5?
Because they hate Bill.
It's ridiculous. If you look at the fighters they have in the top 10, I have no problem with Bud being number 1. I think that's a guarantee. But for 2 to 5 should be the 3 fighters that fought this past Sunday. So in any order, Dev, Benavidez, and Van Rodriguez should be in the top 5. And it's just crazy that I'm looking at this. You got 2 guys that haven't fought in close to 10 months. You know, I have no problem with Shakur being in the top 10. I like Monster Inoue, so I have no problem with him being number 2 or anywhere in the top 5. I have no problem with that. Usyk just ducked Gordon, right? Why is he even there? He as a heavyweight. It's a joke, but they just squeezed him in at 10. Benavidez at number 9, and I just think it's a total joke. But then they had no problem boosting up Bam Bam up to number 4.
Man, fuck out of here. And shout out to Snack, Bam Rodriguez and David Benavidez, Snack fighters. Bud Crawford, Snack fighter. Shout out to Snack. Right? Right? Assholes. The sensei's in the building. Salute.
Baltimore.
What's good, everybody? Salute to you, Drew. Good morning to everybody out there in the chat.
Salute, Sensei.
And listen, my video on Devin's victory will drop Thursday morning. I just finished it up. I did all the other fights that were the main features for the Ring 4. Those were my premieres for this week. I found a little way to kind of parrot those as a conglomerate. So, but let me say this about the aftermath of this event. This young man and his dad, meaning Devin, the Haneys, they are showing the reason why overall we are still here as a people. Perseverance, separation, independence, strength, and honor. Virtues that the modern society of 2025 going forward has not adapted. In fact, they've abandoned those virtues, which is why we're suffering so much as a nation, and which is why you can see the negative energy toward them, because the shift has happened where people don't take honor in what's supposed to have value. And it's really a twisted thought and mindset, because if you behave like that, then you, and I know Drew understands me when I get ready to say what I'm saying, you place yourself in a position to be enslaved.
Mhm.
And when you're enslaved, you lose all power and authority. Huh? So we've seen the whole thing about the field Negro being put down and the house Negro being celebrated and embraced.
Mhm.
And that is detrimental to your survival. Even the Normans bought into it, which is why they couldn't perform at a higher level.
Yeah.
They could have performed at a higher level had they invested in the work and respected who they were going in against. But they didn't. And they won't. Because they got that thing within them that's holding us back. Oh, it was a sharp lesson for Norman Jr. to learn. But the lesson ain't over yet because of who his dad is. Anyone who wants to pair and equate the two dads being men who are teaching and leading their sons, let me tell you something that separates the two. Bill is the dad that says, you let me know when my kid acts up. You let me know when something is happening that I can change or correct or whatever. Brian is the one that says, that ain't my son. What are you talking about? I'll knock you out for accusing my son.
Difference.
Yeah, that's the difference. But see, y'all can't see it because you know why? Some of y'all are just like that. And it will be that way until you get whipped into shape or you die where you are. Now, I say things that people don't like because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. You got people in here that will watch this show, my show, others in the community show every freaking day. They won't even hit your fucking like button. But they're here before the ones who really support. You see, that's that mentality. That's that. And until you ingratiate yourself to acknowledge, take accountability of what role you play, in the denigration of your own communities, you'll never grow. You'll never ascend. And you'll always be looking up at people like Bill and Devin.
That's right.
Because they take the blows. They taking shit that some of these other fighters could never deal with or come back from.
That's right.
And they still here. Still hitting the record books. And you're still hating. And as long as you have that mindset, you'll always be last. Not second. Last. The bottom of the barrel.
Salute to my brother Anthony in that super chat. He says, peace, Drew. This is for calling Ryan a word that rhymes with maggot. Hope you have a great weekend, my guy. Oh, man.
I hate you. I hate you so much, you fucking faggot.
Yeah, that's what Ryan is. He, courtesy of him and who he hangs with. And Ben Wallace raping him in the forest that his parents allowed to happen. Stole off your kids, bastard sinner. My brother Skywalk in that super chat. Salute to you, good brother. He says, brother Drew, what's good? What's good, fam? Great to see you. Words from the sensei, man. Y'all better wake up, man. No,
Yo,
you know
Drew.
what? Stay asleep. Go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach.
Just kind of piggyback off of what Sensei just said, man. That's why I was so disappointed, because it's like, I don't know if you remember when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl and they tanked, they lost, man.
Mhm.
This was a winnable fight, in my opinion, and he lost. I ain't taking nothing away from Devin, but he was like, yeah, but it kind of like a close nose cigar. Like, bro, if you just made a few adjustments, if you could have stopped the jab, if you could have not got dropped, if you wouldn't have been so arrogant, if you could have been, you know, there's so many things that were done wrong, we could have had a controversial decision either way. Somebody would have been saying I got robbed.
You know what happened, coach? After I let it marinate for a couple of days, man, that fight was lost outside the ring.
That's what and that's why I'm so disappointed, because it would have been a controversy to decision. Somebody would have been saying, I won. No, I won. And then they could have ran it back because it would have been that close. It could have been a controversy, but he lost to me. And I'm not saying Devin may have made more adjustments, you know, because Devin knows how to, you know, fight. I'm not taking it wrong. To me, I was just saying, bro, you just a few things that you need to work on. See, sometimes when you're so arrogant, you will have blind spots. When you don't want to listen to nobody, you need somebody to tell you, you got a blind spot right there, brother. You're wrong on this.
That's what the sensei's talking about.
That's what I just said. And listen, you're still trying to give that man credit for what he didn't do. He didn't do it because it wasn't there. Even if it presented itself, Devin would have made the appropriate adjustments to overcome that. You're still looking at it from the vantage point of maybe you really wanted that young man to win, and that's fine. However, you don't see the shortcomings. I just spoke about the perseverance that these men, the Haney camp, what they've had to deal with. The own community of black people out here who will not support the man. This is just like when Muhammad Ali was back there in the early 60s doing what he was doing. And you had a tremendous sector of the black community praying, hoping, wishing for his downfall because he talked too much. Who is he to be talking about he's pretty? He's bucking against the white man and everything. He needs a good thrashing. Field Negroes, house Negroes syndrome, and people don't know which side they on. Open up your eyes, man. The man already said when what happened to him against Ryan, Allah is the master planner.
Yes, sir.
And he doesn't make any mistakes. And
He had
guess
to go
what?
through that.
You're steady making the mistakes because you're not uplifting who you should be uplifting. And that's a shame. You got these people out here still bargaining for Tank Davis, and the guy is crashing out 8 ways from Sunday. But you got one man who is out here against all odds, willing to take on all comers. And still you find delight in, oh, well, Ryan says he this and that. Fuck Ryan. Ryan don't like you.
He said
He's
it too.
denigrated your women. He's denigrated your people. And you still applauding him? I wish nothing but destruction upon people who want to see their own under the boot. The syndrome of lack of fathers, real fathers, is proving itself daily to the degree that even our women are screwed up.
Yep.
And no accountability. None. You're walking through life without any reflection, without any mirrors. And you're always going to find it difficult. A path of destruction, chaos, disorder, when you can't straighten yourself up. Can't even tell these young men, stop wearing them tight ass pants and everything, walking around with men purses and stuff like that. You can't even tell them that. You can't tell them that, boy, straighten your shit up. So how can you possibly think of picking a winner when you don't even know and recognize a loser?
Let me read this super chat. Nada 86. He says, salute Drew, salute to the mighty LDBC. Salute to you, good brother. Before we go, and thank you, Stormy. Before we go to Freedom's March, the brother Reg Joe, I don't understand your comment in the chat. I don't understand what this is. Is it an LDBC thing? Everybody that LDBC support those folks have a problem with. I'm gonna try to. I think I know what you're saying. Don't hit him, nobody. Don't hit him. I don't think he's being disrespectful. I'm just trying to understand what he's saying. I think what he's saying. Well, let me respond because I'm respond how I think you're asking a question. Yes, everything that we support, people hate. That's just the long and short end of it, because they hate us and what we represent. And what you're hearing right now, whether you're LDBC or not, what you're hearing right now is an honest conversation. It gets deeper than boxing. We're talking about the properties of a man, the properties of a human being. Nobody wished ill will on Brian Orman Sr. I just think he got caught up in the moment. And this is a learning experience for him. And what he needs to do is fail forward. Understand what his limitations are. Understand that a lot of those places he was going was not his friends. Like the infamous KQKC interview he did. And as soon as that brother left the panel, KQ started talking shit about him. And then Brian pulled back up on him. And when Brian came to the Strong House, we laughed about that because we had to tell him, no, you didn't know, but that's how that guy is. But I couldn't tell him that. I couldn't tell him that because I'd have sounded like a hater. See, some of these things you have to find out for yourself. So I'm glad he went through that. And when, Brian Sr. came here, we had a good time. And I said, listen, he understands I'm DHP all the way, but I don't hate your son. And your son is a diamond in the rough. But at this point, this is a low point for him. But it's happening early enough in their career where they could bounce back from this. He has to get the proper people in his camp, and he has to change how he handles things. And one of the things that I would recommend is monitor who you have around you in your gyms, in your camps, and the people that you frequent with on the internet. Because all they did was enable him and hype him up. And that was the wrong way to go. because we didn't see Bill all over the internet. That means he took this shit serious, because one false move and Brian could have taken Devin's head off. This is the quietest we've seen Bill. That's how I knew it was real. I texted him. It took him 3 days to get back to me. That never happens. I said, oh, no. I ain't texting them no more. They locked in. They locked in. This shit's serious. And I left it alone. I don't think Brian was locked in properly. He was too busy trying to win the media war. Well, you got that. But look what happened Saturday. Now, how do you bounce back? Brian really needs to impress in his next fight, man. But he needs to be in the gym right now, working on things, watching film. Oh, look, we could have did this. So when he did this, we could have did this. And that's another thing that the sensei pointed out. Whatever plan B that Brian did have, he did nullify the jab a little bit. But Devin switched the game again. You understand? So, I mean, like, you know, look, there's things, Brian's not done, but how he acts moving forward, that's what everyone's going to be watching. And I'm still not going to let these people wash him off like that, because I don't think Brian Norman Jr. is done as a fighter. I think that he just needs more. But his father needs to understand, look, I got to get people in the camp to take my son to that next level. And that's when you got to put your ego aside. See, all of that running around online, what he was doing and fussing with people. I heard he was on Artman's channel fussing with them. Why are you over there, brother? Get in the camp. Why are you over there fighting with people? Get in the camp, brother. I mean, stop. Turn it up, man. At the end of the day, we're not in there. We have an opinion. That's it. But our opinions come from your performance. And now people are looking at him strange. So it's about how he rebounds this. Everyone was wishing, even a bunch of you monkeys was celebrating the Ryan Garcia debacle. Even after, and I knew it was what I thought it was, after we found out that Ryan was a drug cheat and a racist, and you niggas still bring that up like Tim Bradley, the fucking nigger that he is. The nigger, the big lip monkey nigger that he is, the chicken eating nigger that he is. Him? You still bringing up Ryan Garcia all over again? That's what he said in the video. That's what he said. Why are you bringing that up, bro? That didn't happen in my eyes. It happened, but it didn't count. Why are you still talking about that guy like he didn't degrade your women? Like he didn't degrade you? ERs be putting the ERs in the ER for real. You pop dirty and you become an expert on black issues, which aren't even real issues. And y'all still talk about this kid? He's getting work. He don't deserve to fight Devin Haney. But I know Devin wants that lick back. And I think the fight's going to happen. And when he beats Ryan's ass, y'all going to say, oh, well, Ryan wasn't mentally. I'm not making no excuse for him. And you know what? Car fire for Ryan. How about that? Totally justified. Now quote me on that. You see this picture here? You mad? What, Snack beat Canelo? Well, Snack versus Clenbuterol, what you taking? Clenbuterol versus hard work. You see that right there, that wide nose Devin got? That's called superior genetics. That nose comes from a lineage of kings from the continent. Anything lighter than the darkest human being on this planet Earth is called recessive. But I ain't gonna give y'all Mad Low's Law. Go read about it, bastards. Freedom's March. You up?
Yo, what up? What up? Y'all hear me?
Salute, family. Salute.
RLC loud and clear.
Salute to that. You know, usually I come up here, y'all can't hear me that well. So the problem started when they made this fight. Instead of people saying, yo, these are two brothers getting ready to make a lot of good money together, let us focus on the fight. They made it Norman versus Hayden in the wrong direction. And that's all these cats, these YouTubers and commentators that clearly hate Devin, turned it into a war that it did not have to be outside of the ring. And this is something that they perpetuate on purpose to keep us low. So, I mean, this was all by design. All this Ryan Norman Sr. running around, all these channels that clearly hate on Devin, just to drum up even more hate amongst the casuals against Devin Haney. Well, I hope that they see what was really going on when he's no longer able to do that, go on this circuit that he was doing. But I want to point something out about Brian Norman Jr. And it's something that I'm not about to drag Brian Norman Jr., but he really does not have the tools, or did not have the tools, to defeat Devin on Saturday at all, right? Coach Eddie said that he could have won, or that no, he couldn't, right? I completely disagree. If you look at Brian Norman's fight against Jen Sasaki, which was, well, that was his 28th fight, right?
Yeah, that was
Brian, huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yes, 28 fights. Devin has had 33 now? 33 fights. So Brian Norman Jr. has had 28 fights in his entire career. Devin has had 33. They're only 5-fight difference. The problem is that Brian Norman Jr. has not gone up against a level of competition that would help him improve his boxing IQ. And you saw that during his fight against Jen Sasaki. Anybody that watched that fight could see that if he goes in that ring against Devin, Devin is going to wash him. Period. There's no tool that Brian Norman Jr. possesses that can bring him to anywhere level of competition for Devin to give him any problems, right? And you can see it in the way he has a problem judging distance, right? He has a problem with footwork. He has a problem when he throws his right hand. He brings his rear foot all the way forward, right? These are things that it's fundamental. These are fundamental things that you have to know if you're going to go up against a level of competition anywhere near Devin, right? If you can't get your footwork together, if you're throwing bombs and you're just dragging your feet forward and all these different types of things, if you can't judge distance properly, right? Because we saw when he was throwing those double jabs against Devin, they were nowhere near Devin. Like, he could not land a jab to save his life. And when he tried to throw those hooks, I mean, they were telegraphed, they were slow, like, and you would think as a champion defending his belt against Jen Sasaki, you would think a champion would be at that level to where, okay, I have these things down, I have these fundamentals down. He doesn't even have the fundamentals. And when he was able to land certain clean shots on Devin, I mean, Devin ate those, right? He landed a couple hooks against Devin. He landed a couple right hands. He landed a couple jabs. But if the power were really there, like they say it is, then Devin would have had a lot more problems with those. So I even question this power they say Brian Norman Jr. has. I question it because when he knocked out and knocked down Jen Sasaki met him not halfway, but 3/4 of the way to those knockouts, right? So Jen Sasaki put himself in the position to get knocked down and to get knocked out because of his horrible footwork. Because when he threw his shots that Brian Norman countered, he was out of position. His center of gravity was not supporting, and his feet were doing some crazy stuff. So when I look at those types of things, and I say, okay, this is why Brian Norman Jr. knocked Jen Sasaki down. This is why he knocked him out. And I see when Jen Sasaki is not in those positions and Brian Norman lands a power shot, Jen Sasaki eats those. So when I look at things like that, I see, okay, Brian Norman Jr. needs to go back to the fundamentals. And I agree with Drew Titan that Brian Norman Sr. needs to bring somebody in the camp or into the training facility, wherever they train at, to help hone those skills. I think that Brian Norman Jr., in my opinion, needs to work on those fundamentals. You do not throw a right hand and bring your right foot in front of your front foot by the time you land or after you land. Because when you do that and you get countered, you're likely going to get knocked down and knocked out. So, and judging distance, like he should know how to judge distance. He should know how to close the distance without smothering his shot, right? And these are things that he needs to do if he wants to come back to Devin, or I don't think he should fight. I think he should start. I don't know what position he's going to be. I don't know if he's going to be fifth or whatever the case may be. He might need to fight somebody, and he might need to go through a little bit a better matchmaking, right? Because if you look at his resume, which BFTB and Champside broke down, I mean, he was not given any level of competition that would help him improve in his fighting game, right? It just simply was not. It's just not there. So,
and Devin spoke on that too, for March.
Well, let me say this, because I don't want to step on the general. Let me say this.
For sure.
I'm looking at and that's a great assessment, good brother. Thank you so much for that. Let me say
No
this.
problem.
Right now, I'm looking at the rankings in the WBO. I don't know where he is in the other 3 sanctioning bodies. But I'm gonna tell you who he needs to stay away from. Jack Catterall. Don't do that.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. I see Liam Paro there. Maybe. But Liam Paro, he also has good footwork.
Yeah.
And I'm only sticking to the WBO. I don't know.
Probably Karen, that dude Karen, that Boots fought.
Now, you know what? I don't even want him fighting Karen right now.
Nah.
That could be an issue. That's what I'm saying. That could be an issue.
The Karen Boots rematch, that concerned me.
Yeah.
That concerned me. I was like, what the fuck what's going on? I see Liam Paro there, who beat Subadel Matias. And by the way, if Subadel Matias was a clean fucking fighter, I like that. That's a banger. But this he's dirty. He might not fight this coming weekend. And I see Alex Rocha down there. Being that he's a former WBO champion, see, he's in a very unique position because he's a former champion now. So there is no light work. So the names that I mentioned, he's gonna have to get busy. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a tough position, because if he loses again, then what we got?
Man,
you know, he can't lose the next fight. He can't do that.
Yeah.
His dad is gonna have to spend some damn money and bring some good boxers to the gym to spar him, and so he can learn from good boxers. I said before the fight, if he had trouble against Quentin Randall, he was really gonna run into a shitstorm against Devin.
Yeah.
Now, Stormy, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between being a sparring partner and being the fighter getting sparring for? I don't think people understand that.
Well, a sparring partner understands that they're there to just give work, okay? But when you hire specific people to bring your fighter to a certain level, they come in with the notion of understanding that they're not being restricted. They're going to do what they do best.
Right.
But your fighter has to learn how to deal with that. Understand that Devin has been in the Mayweather gym from the start.
Yes, sir.
And he got his pedigree, just like David Benavidez got his pedigree there. Even though they didn't have a lot of amateur fights, they got the experience that's invaluable because they were working with real fighters with pedigree, experience. And that's what brought them along. You can see it in Benavidez when he performs, and people don't want to acknowledge it in Devin when he performs.
Exactly. And the hold on, I'm sorry, I'm reporting this stalker I got. You know, I know Miguel want to suck my dick, but you can't, bro. I got 2 wives for that. I got two eyes for that. So, take a back seat. Listen, man, Devin's pedigree, and like Stormy just said, he grew up in the Mayweather gym, man. Why do you think a 16-year-old Devin was able to beat the shit out of a Tank Davis and make him quit? Ladies and gentlemen, that happened. Again, y'all heard Mag 7 yesterday? He said the only reason why Bill got that money was because they were outnumbered, meaning it was on some gangster shit. That's what he said. No, Ellie Seckbach said, people said, yo, you was at the gym that day. You have it on video. And Ellie Seckbach said, I'm not releasing the video due to my loyalty to Tank. Reporting. That's what he said. He has the sparring. And if Devin got his ass beaten at sparring, that video would have been out as soon as that sparring came into question. At 16 years old, Devin made Tank quit. AB jumped in there and tried to stop it early. Man, they said, get the fuck out the ring. The fight happened, doghouse rules, and Tank lost. Tank knew what time it is from day fucking one. Day one. Devin has a pedigree outside of the ring, in the gyms, all the way up until his professional level. They had to cheat this kid to try and do what they did to him. They tried to cheat him, man, and that didn't work. And you baboons refuse to admit. That's what I'm saying. Tim Bradley is a jealous ape. You's a jealous fucking nigger. That's what, capital N-I. No, fuck that. Capital N exclamation point G-G-E-R. Capital. You seeing Devin what you weren't, and you're a Hall of Fame fighter. And this kid right now, if he hung up his shit, he's first ballot right now. You wanted him to lose. And shame on y'all, because y'all put all this shit on Brian Norman Jr. and he didn't produce. I'm not going to let y'all throw that young man in the trash. I'm not letting y'all do that. Now, Brian Sr., you need to be careful, brother. First thing you do is stay off the internet and just get to work. Because if you lose one more, it's going to diminish everything that you work. Now, you did work to get to where you are, but you're making some mistakes right now, brother. Stop giving these fools, because I see where you go. Stop giving these fools your time. Your time is for your son. This is a learning experience for Junior, and it should be a learning experience for you, brother. And I can say that I'm older than Bill, and I'm older than Brian Sr. I'm talking to you as a brother now. Stay offline. Those shows where I did see him on is toxic as fuck. Stay offline. Watch this, y'all. Humble yourself. There, I said it. Stay offline, bro. Stay the fuck offline. Humble yourself. Get some help into your camp. Get some different looks. Understand what you can't do. There's no harm. Bill already acknowledged there's things I can't do, but he got Devin that help, and look where it got him. And he's a product of the Floyd Mayweather gym. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me go to K-Rod real quick, because the general's on. We gonna go over there. K-Rod, salute, man. Give it to me. Pause.
Hey, how's it going, Drew?
Salute, brother.
Yeah, I just think overall, it's just like pretty disingenuous that Tim Bradley. He's always been like a piece of shit hater, and I think Devin Haney, for what he has like accomplished, no other person will do that. So I think for this type of behavior coming from Bradley, he should be ridiculed and he should be disrespected. And I never liked him, out of his particular attitude. And I think stuff like this should be shunned, more up against him. I just think, when you have to disrespect a guy like Dev, where he's actually putting everything on the line, and you're being jealous about it, and you're being disrespectful and basically attacking his character, then that just shows that you don't have any good morals yourself, and you have really shitty principles. So I think Bradley, along with many other people that think like that, should be taken out of any social conversation to even have any words to say up against a person like Devin Haney.
Short and to the point, man. 100%. I'm disappointed in Tim Bradley. I don't fucks with him. I could send this shit to him, meme and all. I don't give a fuck. He could pull up and we could have a conversation. but I don't fuck with him, and I'm explaining why. And I don't give a damn what he said in his apology, whatever he said in it. If it was I heard it was very sarcastic. I don't watch this guy. He's been on eggshells from day one. But if you come to the Strong House, Tim, I got questions. Best, I see you backstage, brother. Well, let me bring you up. Give it to me fast, bro, because I'm about to get out of here, brother.
Yo, you hear me? Yeah, peace, chat,
Sir,
and everybody. Yeah, I just want to piggyback off of with Stormy B, man. So he brought up a very excellent point about Devin's work in the gym, and then you have to factor because Devin did have a lot of amateur fights, and he turned and he had a lot of amateur fights, really just shy of the senior circuit because for his age he had a lot of fights for his age. Because Devin won like 130 something fights as an amateur, and that's before him even. Because you got to remember, Devin turned pro at 17. That's a lot of fights to have had before he really hit the full senior circuit in the amateur.
Yeah.
So when you combine that with the fact that he started working in the Mayweather gym when he did, his IQ was high. He got a lot of experience, man. And people don't want to factor that in, but that means something, man. If you look at the kids that he sparred with, that alone will put you on a certain level mentally as a fighter. So I just wanted to chime in on that real quick because he was right about that point. Having been in the Mayweather gym so early, and then when you add the fact that he had as many amateur fights in that circuit, in the junior circuit, as he did, his level is up there. But I yield on that.
100%. Damn, niggas pulling up late. Hen Dog, give it to me quick, bro. Come off mute, brother. Hen Dog. Come off mute, bro. Damn it. Yeah, come off mute, brother. Damn, the brother's on mute. All right, man, I got to bust this move. Oh, wait. Coach Eddie, you back?
Yes, I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
In this coming from a fighter and a coach. I was a former fighter. I fought amateur, fought professional. I won all my pro fights, but I lost my amateur fights. You always, as a fighter, you always have to feel like you can beat that guy, even though if he did beat you. You got to feel like if I make some adjustments, if I feel like if I do this, I could have won if I would have did X, Y, and Z. You have to keep that feeling, otherwise you're not going to believe in yourself. You got to maintain that belief. Reason why I say that, even when Devin thought he lost that fight to Ryan Garcia, before he popped dirty for PEDs, Devin was at home soul searching, saying, if I would have did X, Y, and Z, I would have won this fight. Because initially he thought he lost, right or wrong. He thought he lost before the fight. So as a fighter, when you lose a fight, you always have to go back to the drawing board. You got to make the adjustment. You got to look at the mistakes that you made. You got to make the adjustment. The coach and staff have to look at the mistake that he made and say, what did I do wrong? What did I miss? I didn't prepare my fight, because not only the fighter loses, the coach loses also. Both of y'all lost. So the coach lost because you didn't prepare your fighter. You didn't get him ready. You did something wrong most of the time. Or sometimes the guy is just better than you, but you always have to have that optimism. Hey, I think I can win. If I get another shot at it, I think I can beat it. I just wanted to say that.
Salute to you, good brother. Hen Dog, you good? Come off mute, brother. Yeah, there you go. Damn it. Go ahead. Hen Dog, go ahead. Ah, for fuck's sake. All right, yo, I gotta go, man. Yo, salute to y'all. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. We gonna bust this move. The general's on. I want to hear everything the brother got to say. We back tomorrow.
Peace, salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to everybody. And Stormy, let them know they can find you.
Right here on YouTube, man. Stormy B Man's the channel. That's Stormy B Man in all caps, but no cap.
Freedom's March. You're on mute, brother. He probably busy. K-Rod, same thing.
Yeah, just like to say thank you very much for having me on. Y'all can find me over at Instagram, Kieran Rodriguez 6. or YouTube. That's where I'm usually at. And yeah, I pretty much do like a whole variety of content, but mostly boxing. So thank you very much, and I will see you later.
Salute to you, man. Best Pugilist. Salute, man. Thank you so much, bro. Plug your channel real quick.
Yeah. You can reach you can check me out on my channel on Boxing Equals Success with Best Pugilist. And I'm definitely going to start doing more. I'm going to start putting up some more because I haven't really been putting up as much as I intended on. But I'm going to really step up, my commentary on the sport a lot more. Because I've been in the gym, man. I'll be working in the gym, man, with my kids and shit. So, but I'm going to start putting more commentary on.
No doubt, man. Just let us know, man. We come support, man.
No doubt.
With your audio, brother. Prez, I see you, man. We about to close up, man. Pull up tomorrow, brother. I see you backstage, brother. We about to close it up, brother. I appreciate you. So salute to y'all. The general's on. Let's head over there, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.